What is going on, guys? It is your boy Crazy here, Team Captain of Fantasy Esports, and today I'm going to be bringing you a quick review on the ScufGaming controller. This is the Scuf Stealth, and after using this controller now for over, I believe, a month and a half, I'm going to give you a full review on it, all its features, and then at the end I'm going to give you a reason of why you should purchase or why you shouldn't purchase this product. So right off the bat, I'm just going to read off some of the features that a Scuf controller has that a normal controller doesn't. So as you can probably see here, it's got paddles on the back. We'll go into all of these now during the review, but it's got paddles on the back, it's got hypersensitive triggers, no slow turn, Scuf grip, which is military grade, decreased weight, patented design, and it's competition approved. So we're going to start off going one by one through all of them features. So first off, we're going to start with the most common feature of a Scuf controller, which is the paddles on the back of it. So if I turn around my ScufGaming controller, you will see that there are two buttons here on the back, and these are programmed for me. My left one, which is on your right now, I believe, let me check. Yes, the paddle on the right to you right now, this one is X, and this is circle. So I have jump, or like grapple, or just X basically on the back of my controller on the left, and I have circle on the right. I play on tactical layout, so this button at the back is knife for me. If you play on default, that would be crouch. But nevertheless, these paddles do come in handy so much, because if you're used to playing claw, some people may tell you that playing claw has a defect side because it might give you some hand injuries, like your fingers may start to cramp up and stuff like that. I haven't really had it, so I don't really know a lot of the defects of claw. But many people that have played claw told me that playing claw can cause long-term hand injuries, and it's just uncomfortable at times, and it's not easy to get used to. With a Scuf controller and these paddles on the back, it is super easy to get used to, as you just have to click these paddles, and you're basically jumping and crouching and knifing or whatever you're doing. So yeah, you can get these programmed to whatever you want. Scuf have a wide variety of what you can program it to on their site. So yes, the paddles on the back, definitely a good feature, definitely a feature I like. Please, I'm going to give you a note now that when your controller is brand new, these paddles are obviously going to be stiff because they're brand new, so it's going to be just slightly hard to click down. But then after you use them for a while, they just become so easy. You just have to like basically like touch the paddle and it jumps for you. So after a couple of days of use and that, the paddles start to become easier to click, just because they're not as stiff anymore and they're used to being clicked down. So yeah, going into the next feature is the hypersensitive shooting. Now, for those of you that don't know what it is, on the if anyone has seen a review on the Xbox Scuf controller, you'll know that on the back of the triggers it's got something called trigger stops. Well, basically, with PS3, since our R2 buttons and L2 buttons can't have trigger stops, basically what they've done is, if you can see this, they have like a metal plate inside of them. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but I think you can more or less see that metal plate. And basically that allows you to, it just shoots faster. It's basically like trigger stops, and it just shoots faster. So this comes in handy if you're a FAL user, an SMR user, semi-automatic gun user. It does help because you can get your shots off way faster, and you don't need to press the trigger or R2 button, as we refer to, all the way down. So that's a really big something that comes in handy, very big to most AR players. Me as an SMG player, I do not use the hypersensitive triggers, but then again, when throwing grenades and that, it does work as well, seeing as I don't have to press the R2 button as far down as normal. Going into the next one is no slow turn. Now, for those of you that have had a PS3 controller before, which if you're watching this, I'm supposing that you have had a PS3 controller before, if you do like this with your analog stick, you might feel some friction. With Scuf, that is not the case, because they have this, I don't know, this way of just inserting the analog sticks in which there is no friction felt. Obviously, if you're touching the edge of the plastic, you might feel a little bit of friction. But if you're not touching the plastic, then there is no friction whatsoever, and it is really, really nice, like being able to turn fast and not being interrupted by friction. So yeah, another really big factor there on the Scuf controller that normal controller doesn't have. Going on to the next topic is Scuf grip. This is military grade as well. Basically what Scuf grip is is on the back. The camera obviously won't pick it up, but it's basically like a rubbery texture on the back of your controller. And now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I am actually trying to slide my thumb across. If you look at my fingernail, you'll see it's white because I'm applying a lot of pressure, trying to slide my finger across. And it is kind of hard to try and slide your finger across. I mean, once it gets going, it goes. But Scuf Grip, such a powerful product, powerful add-on, I could say, and it just helps so much with sweaty hands. And if you combine that with Gamer Grip, which you can see here, which you can also purchase on Scuf, it's just so hard for your hands to slip off controllers. So if you're always playing in them competitions, if you're traveling, you need a controller with a lot of grip, and you suffer from sweaty hands and stuff like that, Gamer Grip and Scuf Grip is the way for you. I'll do a review on Gamer Grip another day. Going into probably the last feature is the decreased weight. Now this is your choice. You have a choice of whether or not you want to decrease the weight of your Scuf controller. And the way you can decrease the weight of your Scuf controller is by the add-on they have on the Scuf page, where you can remove the rumble packs. Most players nowadays don't use vibration, and they decide to remove the rumble packs. This is mainly on Xbox, as the Xbox controller is significantly heavier than the PS3 controller. So if you, I don't know, if you don't use vibration, and you don't really care about your rumble packs and you never want to use vibration again, and you just want your controller to be a bit lighter, I suggest removing the rumble packs because they are completely useless to you and the controller will feel slightly lighter. I kept my rumble packs in as I use vibration, and it's just so weird trying to not use vibration anymore. So yeah, the last two things we went into are the patented design and the competition approved. Competition approved, it basically speaks for itself, as it says on the card down here, which you can probably see. It says rate reduction achieved by removing controller rumble pack, as I just went over, and this controller has been approved by MLG, which is Major League Gaming, EGL, European Gaming League, and WGL, which I have no idea what it is. So yeah, basically you can use these controllers in competitions. It's approved. PS3 you cannot have a wired controller, but nevertheless what I do is I get my charger cable and I plug it in at all times, and I always have it plugged in, just because I just don't like playing with a wireless controller, just because I feel it runs out of battery really quickly. But nevertheless, guys, it's been an in-depth Scuf controller review. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, you can add it to your favorites. If there is anything wrong with this video, please leave me some constructive criticism down below in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, follow the team on Twitter if you haven't already. And I think that's all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This has been your boy Crazy from Fantasy Esports and YouTube. We'll see you fucking later.